Sorry, John. Rookie error. Shows I haven't streamed in a while. So yeah, welcome in everyone. Obviously, just a quick thing to say, obviously not financial advice as always. Anything I say is for educational purposes only. And yeah, it's just showing what I'm doing. And yeah, don't copy me. So yeah, welcome in John, welcome in Alexander G, hello Mortimer, and everyone else that's popping in. Obviously Frankie's not streaming, so I just thought I would do a quick stream kind of for the time being, kind of just updating some things, probably like 40 minutes to an hour stream, give or take. But yeah, hopefully everyone is good, and yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, with Bitcoin, currently the only thing at the moment, which I have been saying for a while, is this. Obviously, I think it's now confirmed that we are kind of in a bear market. I was saying a while ago, and I'd put a short out or a clip out just to say that we've literally had five. This is the fifth monthly red candle. I think the only time we had 5 monthly red candles in a row, I think, was 2018, and obviously it won't show on this chart because it's Bybit. But for the most part, yeah, not looking good, bruv. But for whoever wants to more, welcome in Dutchy. So for whoever wants to start looking to DCA, it's probably looking likely that we should be getting to those stages of aggressive dollar cost averaging for the next bull market, generally after 50% from low to high. Generally, let me just take all this off. Our charts are always messy, so please forgive me. I can add the stuff back in. Just need to move all these quick. Let's put these on today, 1202, 226. And then, yeah, so this is something. What have I got? Oh. You can see I'm an amateur at this, guys. Come on, Darren, get it together. All right, so yeah, we're on the monthly. Was this, what month was that? That was 22. Oh no, it was this one. So Fibonacci. Why is this? Am I going crazy? Sorry guys, give me a minute. I'm having deja vu here. So yeah, and fuck, what is this thing on logarithmic? No, it's not. Oh yeah, it was the log we hit the 50%. No. I don't know what I'm doing. Please forgive me. I'm a rookie. But why is this? Oh yeah. Sorry. Now I remember where my train of thought was. We've gone through the 50% of the regular Fibonacci from bull market low to all-time high. So this is obviously the best times to start looking at dollar cost averaging, essentially, and we're about to hit the local golden pocket between 57 and 54,000 of the move. So just bear that in mind of the whole bull market into the bear. So kind of anyone that follows Frankie knows that I use volume profiles. We've got this side profile here, the puke last week down into Friday, hit the value area low around 59,900, and we quickly reversed up, came back up to 70,000 value area high. And yeah, that is kind of where we're at now, and now we are retracing that move completely. So ideally, what's happened is we've had quite a fast move down up. So what I'd like to see happen here is, and I think what a lot of people are looking for, is the local golden pocket. With that local golden pockets, we do have daily naked points control. So high volume areas or fair value levels. And Darren, find the bloody thing. So yeah, so at the moment we've hit this one at 65,800. So then that becomes a tap level. We did get a bouncer yesterday. See, if you go to the 4 hour, you can see we did bounce quite nicely. Came back into the POC, rejected again. But there is another one. And I don't know where my 64,900 one is. It just loved and left me. Right. I was in this. Yeah, I had the zone there. Let's just. was that? I'll take that off. So we also have so these daily nectar points control different tick settings. This one here is a 50 tick and this one here is a 250 tick. So the 64900 is a stronger level of volume weighted support. So yeah, for the most part, Bitcoin is just chilling back within the range. I'm proverbially a range trader. I can look at the price action from today as well quickly. So yeah, kind of the next key level for me is this. It should give some bounce, but whether it kind of gives the bounce and a higher low is another option, because essentially, because of the quick fill of the range, which I was trying to get to and probably missed the thought of an explanation of, because we filled the range quite quick, I think we'll fill the range quite quick again and come back down to the 50k and do a whole range rotation. Essentially as well, what happens is we've just been pretty much going down, literally from 98,000. We've not really ranged out. So ideally, I would prefer us to build a huge range here for a while, and then price can decide if it wants to break up or break down, right? But ideally, I think price needs to slow down. People needs to stop selling, or bears need to stop having control of this and just let it range and chill out a bit. And we find, if you look at the previous cycle, just quickly going back, where kind of where we dropped out of, if I just quickly go down, where we dropped out of the kind of the top range, you can see there was at least a few days consolidation, drop, right? Whereas now it's just literally just been downtrending. It's not actually found value, but I think given that we're back in 2024 value now, with this 8-month range between February and November, we're more than likely hopefully find value here and carry on going sideways. Yeah, I see Alexandra G just posted that on X. Thanks, Alexandra. Appreciate you. Still taking a light. Quick work there in GPT 786. What the Dutchman send a link? Oh, Andrea, welcome in. So yeah, so for now, quick Bitcoin update, price action. Kind of looking at this like 64,900 as a zone. Bar that, John was saying GP 786 below us doesn't look like a really good long structure was. Yeah, this is the thing. Obviously, the way that this is setting up, not getting divs. We kind of have a 1 hour bull div here, 4 hours, not money flows red, but everything is against money flow. We actually have a 4 hour bull div kind of currently printing, or about to if this momentum wave rolls up, but it's just everything against money flow and against trend is very hard. You can counter trend scalp. Trend is obviously down, kind of macro wise. You can counter trend scalp, but the issue is, yeah, it's against money flow, it's against trend. So you have to take profit quickly, lock in profit quickly, and either get out or stop to break even quite quickly so that you don't kind of round trip your profit. Or if you do round trip your profit, at least you've had something locked in if you're trading. And kind of quickly just to get on to what happened today. With the news and with what happened, so we had at it was 1:30 UK, 8:30 EST. We had unemployment coming up, which is a bit weird. Unemployment claims, yeah, unemployment claims came up, was higher than expected, higher than forecast. So obviously got a little bit of a pump off that. We recovered some vectors up here, and obviously that one there, or those are basically recovered there, but we recovered some vectors, recovered some liquidity. Green candle, red candle is known as a railway track. The red candle, higher volume. I did alert Frankie Candles Discord, we are coaching, that I did say that this candle here, on this candle here with the back test of the this vector candle here was a short, and I think a few people took it. I didn't. I'm so heavily swing short, I can't really short more on any other accounts, so I'm just make any of my accounts, and I'm just looking for longs essentially, or looking for a swing long, at least a decent intraday long, or even some scalp longs for the most part. But for now, didn't really trade today. I did some NASDAQ trades, but that's about it. And same kind of most of the time anyway. I prefer to trade NASDAQ and ES kind of currently. Yeah, cool. So yeah, so Bitcoin, yeah, sparked up on the news. Red candle, green candle, vector formation, or green candle, red candle, vector formation, came back in 50%, dropped, and this candle was the signal for me to kind of signal a short was possible, and then obviously it was a short back through the 200 EMA on the 15 minute. And anyway, for those that don't know, 15 minute is my scalp time frame to base scalps off, or to look for scalp trades. I know people like use 1, 3, 5 minute, those type of things. I generally just prefer to use 15 minutes. Just as a back-tested strategy. Vectors on the 15 minutes hold up a lot better than most other ones. So yeah, drop through 50 MA. By that, we did have some like order blocks and liquidity here. So obviously it stopped there. It front ran. It's kind of front ran the 65k for now. I think it dropped to about 65,200, or just above 65k. Yeah, I'll do Solana in a bit for you, Queen, because that is one I am looking at. So for now, yeah, kind of the 64,900, and I think below, yeah, kind of between 54 and 57 is kind of the next levels below. Ideally, obviously, you still can literally trade the range. You still can trade the range, kind of the 60 to 70k range. Value area low is obviously the next key point of interest. At this point, what we were looking for was daily bullish divergences as well, but we don't have the red dot. Possibly get that tomorrow or in the next few days. Could daily bullish divergence into somewhere of 60k or just below. Might be a good attempt at a long, yeah, 2-day, a 3-day. So this has to come quickly because the 3-day green dot will hopefully bring us back up. So the sooner we get the dive down to kind of start printing the one-day bullish divergence, the better. Or if that is going to print, it could still invalidate or still not kind of line up. It's just the probability or something I'm seeing coming through. But yeah, that's Bitcoin. And then also as well, kind of for the short side on Bitcoin again, scalp shorts. You need to go lower time frame. Should be a local golden pocket that lines up basically with the value area high. So yeah, local golden pocket, value area high, and that is weird because there should be a sorry if this works, please don't tell me it's bombed out. There should be a, oh man, don't do this to me. What am I on? 5 minute? Oh, we tapped it. So I took it off. 69,200. There was a naked daily point of control. So we're taking it off. No new naked daily points of control. And just the... Oh, there is. Higher tick. 69,300. 69,3125. There is. I thought something was up. Why it wasn't there? I might have it. Did I put it in the other... my other folders that I was stupidly didn't move it to the correct folder? No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm on the daily. 69,312.5. Naked daily naked volume control. So yeah, kind of lining perfectly up with just range trading, volume profile. If we do subsequently get back up, obviously there's a quick trade to take there. And then also as well, I think there was a 4-hour order block there as well that's lining up. 1-hour order block? Or was it order block? Yeah, there's a 1-hour order block up here as well. For those that look at that order block from Tuesday, lining up with the value area high, local golden pocket 786, daily naked point control. So 2 zones for now, or 3 zones for now. You've got that as a possible short zone, and then kind of locally looking here, kind of for a local scalp long on Bitcoin, and then kind of the best or the better higher confluence, lock the fibs, high confluence trade is basically back at the value area low, or kind of down here. I think there's daily points as well, so that's one thing I didn't put it. Just put the daily blocks back on, which is basically daily order blocks. So anything basically below here is a deviation. It's known as auction. Within auction market theory, you get a failed auction, where price will basically fail to trade lower. You'll come down, you'll just range here, and then obviously you'll work your way back up. And then this here, ranging below the value area low and coming back up and reclaiming the value area low, confirms the failed auction. But kind of in the range below here, lower time frame range, if you have your lower time frame money flow between like the 15 minute to 1 hour, crossing green, and you break up and out and get back close to the value area low, that confirms the kind of the failed auction. So there's a few ways to trade this. So failed auction, and then obviously just high time frame bullish divergence, 1 day, 2 day bullish divergences anywhere close to or below the value area low seems to me like a good enough chance at a swing long, at least from there to swing it back to like at least 67 to 70k. It's a decent trade. But by that, that's it. Let me just take a glass of sip of water. Thanks for joining, Papa. Yeah, so just yeah, for the most part, just level to level. I'm a range trader. That's how I trade. Prefer to get better at scalping as well, but for the most part, just watching there. Yeah, and at worst case, kind of hate to be devil's advocate, but if we can't hold kind of the zone between 54 and 60k, 47k, which is the naked point, which is the point of control, and it also has a naked point of control. It's the point of control from the 2021 all-time high range. So this zone up here is kind of another zone. So we've got this zone, or we've got this volume profile, and then obviously the current volume profile that we're in at the moment, at the 60 to 70k. But yeah, just trade at range, level to level, kind of as we hit. For now, it's looking as if we will come lower. It's just no bar pressure. I don't know if this is going to load, and this is probably going to flashbang everyone, so just be, I don't know if it's going to, but there has been a considerable amount of spot selling again today. Yeah, Binance, it's weird with the deltas, like there's big spikes because on the delta, for anyone that doesn't know how this works, delta is just the difference between, like, yeah, it's just the differences. Barbit seems to be buying, so basically as it's dropping, if you're getting big spikes in delta, like the blue lines above it on CVD, then usually that's its spot is buying as it's coming down, so that's why you're getting the spikes, but it's still generally net sell quite a bit, which isn't good. You need spot to be back in the price, and if spot is selling, then obviously kind of bears will be in control if shorts are shorting as they do as well. It might be BC. I think BC or someone else is on the other, or maybe Piper was logged into the wrong YouTube account. Anyway, yeah, appreciate you for popping in, Army Piper. And for those that don't know, Piper has a good is a good teacher in regards to fundamentals and news-based and technical analysis as well. So for any that are in here that kind of haven't popped over to the channel, viewed his content, yeah, definitely worth a view. Very, very intellectual and technical trader and teacher kind of within the space. So yeah, appreciate you. All right, so that's Bitcoin in a nutshell within 20 minutes, give or take. So yeah, those are the levels and kind of things I'll be looking for. Ethereum is dead at this point. I'm actually just going to quickly do a top down weekly. Yeah, looking like a doozy. We had what Jason Casper will call a butt cheek blowout. So basically here you almost had a weekly bullish divergence, and the momentum wave just drops off the cliff and rolls over completely. So yeah, weekly needs to fully reset, so lower is probably expected here at the very least. Daily, same thing, it's following Bitcoin, could get a daily bullish divergence. looking for a red dot on momentum waves. Money flows rolling over. VWAP on markets alpha B is kind of flat, which isn't, yeah. Same like Bitcoin. It's got a 4-hour bullish divergence, but the thing is as well, like, you can't trust it with kind of momentum, trend, all that type of stuff. You can get the small little scalps, but for the most part, yeah, still looking like not looking that good. So let's put all the cacophony of stuff that I have on my chart. So I was looking at this range up here. So we have a value area high at 2100. I need to probably just take some stuff off because this looks like absolute. So yeah, so there's a value area high daily level at 2100. There is the POC at 1800, give or take, and then obviously this has the value area low at 1600. With this range, particularly for different, what's different to Bitcoin is that it's come all the way down. ETH dropped, but it hasn't actually fully rotated this old macro range, so it has a higher likelihood of still getting back to the value area low where it didn't, where Bitcoin did at 60k, give or take. ETH hasn't at 1600. So yeah, that's kind of the next zone. But what I just want to double check as well, I haven't actually updated my ETH levels for today, just see if I know up to yesterday there wasn't a daily naked point of control. No. And that's a tap level now as well. So yeah, ETH's not looking ideal at this point. No new levels daily block. So yeah, first level of confluence for ETH is basically this 786 daily block, and then obviously the POC just below it. So anything between 718 and 1825 ideally is kind of the first zone. The issue is as well, you could still have the wick fill. Obviously you have a big gap. You have $100, which is probably like 6 or 7%. Oh yeah, 14. No, okay, sorry, bad estimate. Yeah, you have like an 11%, 10 or 11% gap between the value area and the POC. So for the most part, you do have a bit of gap below you. So the risk here is, if this doesn't bounce ideally quickly and move up quickly from here, the issue becomes obviously you've got the value area low. So this is well kind of how Frankie teaches these teaches the volume profile rotations or the trades. The issue herein lies is that mid-range trade. So mid-range trades always scalps for the most part. And yeah, for the most part, ETH has bounced off a local golden pocket, which is basically from this low to this high, kind of local lows and highs. And obviously the daily naked point of control, it is looking like a doozy. So yeah, kind of locally, we still have the most local resistance above. Yeah, 786 lines up with 2100. So anything from like 2060 to 2100 local resistance, and obviously just a full range or volume profile rotation. So for the most part, it's just looking as if kind of if it just bounces here, then obviously your next level to kind of look for shorts or kind of rejections or key areas of resistance. 2068 to 2100, give or take. Ideally, I don't like this level for now. It's done a little bit of a SFP or swing failure pattern, grabbed this wick, had a little bit of buy up. But yeah, I just don't like it when it does these. When it does this type of thing, this just screams it's going to take it again at some point. So yeah, and also I don't like to diddle in the middle, as I tell quite a few of my guys and Frankies. Yeah, you trade the extremities. Kind of as a range trader, you want the best risk to reward. The best risk to reward is always at a value area high or value area low. For the most part, specifically for like swing and intraday trades. So yeah, that is kind of me just waffling around. So at the most part, ETH resistance 2100 or 2068 to 2100. It's locally bounced off local golden pocket daily naked point of control. Ideally, I'd like to see it come down. It is also as well bearish structure. Right, so still even on the 4 hours making lower highs and lower lows in this local trend here. So it's unless it breaks above like 2000, give or take, it's not likely to get back to 2100. So locally, another downtrend on the 4 hour. So yeah, looking at like 1800. If that fails, then 1600 value area low, probably the highest probability level or levels, with a weekly order block and a daily naked point of control and a daily order block as well. So there's quite a lot of high confidence here at 1600. What else? Oh look, Andrea, BC on the Pipe Academy account. Yeah, I thought so. Well, anyway, I digress. But yeah, thanks for everyone that's popping in and showing support. It's appreciated. Yeah, bar that, I think there was only other levels, but this is like Doom Story. I don't really want to get to Doom Story just yet, but we have bar the 1600 level, and this is just me being lazy, but we don't really have much. I think there's this. Why is that on extend? Sorry. Kind of our next highest profile level below 1600 is, or highest volume level below 1600 is 1200. So that is also not looking good for ETH. But yeah, that's basically it on my cacophony of spaghetti and mess and my thoughts on Ethereum. So 2100 highest time frame, or closest, highest likelihood, higher probability resistance. Kind of bounced on local support, really, local golden pocket. Then naked's next local level to look for bounces on ETH would be 1800. Highest probable level to look for longs again, or decent kind of longs with decent risk to reward, would be 1578 up to 1623. So value area low and just below it at this point. But yeah, that is basically Ethereum. Quick skim through of that. Can look at Solana. Oh, Solana is dying. It's almost back at my entry of the bag I have left, which I will still add to for what it's worth. So yeah, spot entry at 72, but I did sell high up, like 260, I think it was. What did it go to? It was 240, wasn't it? No, 260. I think 260 was the bulk of my sales on Solana that I had on spot. Yeah, weekly, same thing, kind of blowout. Need to wait for the weekly wave to anchor, kind of settle, range. Solana, for the most part, I couldn't necessarily find a decent range on it. So if we go all the way back, only kind of local bounce on this huge trend when Solana started moving up. After like 30, after these like small little local ranges back in 2023. So at this point, we've only really got local ranges between 90 and 109, and then 68 and 77 at this point. And then yeah, it's just a matter of, you only got one small range here below you. You've actually have a range here, of which I still have to kind of update them. But for the most part, I'm just playing this local range for now, because there's nothing really in 2021 or 2022 that will give any other sort of confluence. And for the most part now, Solana is basically between two ranges. So we have range one here, if I can find the brush. Basically I have range one somewhere there, range two like there, and kind of forming a little bit of a range in here now. Still not looking good. Money flow is looking like do. Trend is down, similar to ETH. It's just, yeah, kind of formed another local downtrend on the 4 hour. I don't think there was, yeah, we had hidden bear divs in the top as you hit the value area high up there. Let's just quickly check for another PSC quick. Nah, there's no hidden. Well, there was one here that I didn't mark out. Tap level at 84. See if anything comes up there. I can put that back in. But yeah, no new. What was it? Daily level there that got tapped. Daily level here got tapped. Sol needs to pump 258% back to all-time high. The thing is, Sol, the one thing that I do see that's being touted with Sol, specifically fundamental-wise, is that a lot of the tokenization of stocks and all of that type of stuff is being done on Solana, and also as well, USD. A lot of USDC is being minted on Solana, A, for the meme changes, and then also B, for the purchase and allocations of to buy the tokenized stocks, apparently. And also as well, apparently US government is going to use Solana as the, well, I don't know, like a while ago they were saying they were going to use USDC on Solana as a, or whatever, for the dollar, digital dollar, however you want to call it, CBDC, however kind of high risk, whatever, however tinfoil hat you want to be about it. So Solana is not necessarily a dead project. It's obviously got a lot of projects. It's got meme coins. It's going to have the tokenized stocks and a few other things. I think token marketization, it's about 5th, 6th, maybe in market cap. Don't quote me on it, but yeah, it's still a decent project for in the long run. I think it still has longevity, at least has one more cycle in it, hopefully. But yeah, bar like Solana, there's not many that really will last, if you call it that, to next cycle. We've got to be as well. I think with this run in particular, I was very selective in what I allocated to, and I cut my losers quite quickly. So like Matic Pole, I cut quite quick, but I made a little bit of profit out of that. Something like Tier, I bought spot, I cut that quite quickly. Peak, I sold at a loss. There were certain projects I bought and I just cut because obviously with the narratives and all these type of things now, and liquidity issues with this run, yeah, kind of I added to and took profit on my winners, and I cut my losers very quickly. Or specifically after 10-10, as soon as I could get out and get kind of extract a little bit more money out of them, then I took them and ran. But yeah, for the most part, Solana, still not bottomed out just yet, similar to ETH. Daily, yeah, also kind of forming a 4-hour bullish divergence. It's not the best place. This is the thing. It's not the best place, like double bottomed almost into a key level, but ideally you're now sitting on a top of a value area high. You lose this level, you're going to accept back, and then obviously you could do a full rotation, and that is probably the better kind of rotation, or the better scenario here for me, where if it just rotates and sits between 68 and 77 for a bit. So yeah, so at this point, kind of pre-marked out levels, kind of resistance is at about 90, anywhere between like 88 and 90, give or take, up here. There are some untapped data naked points control. We can put this down a bit, kind of to there. So anything up to 91 basically, because that's a 78, 92 basically. So 89 to 92 is kind of the key levels. But locally, if we were looking at the, yeah, you're looking like 84 local resistance, and there was a tapped in here. There was a tap here, see at 84. 86. Only real way you get, yeah, these are the higher time frame Fibonacci's. This higher time frame here is up from I don't like local levels, I'm sorry, but the local or the higher time frame Fibonacci is literally from the kind of 100 high, 106 high to 67 low, and that pulls literally on the value area, on this value area low or value area high, whatever this level is, and then the local golden pocket. So yeah, key resistance above say 88 to 92. Locally it's just sitting on top of value area high, which is not ideal, because basically it is forming a range here, which you could actually, I have the local profile, but it's not ideal. It needs to get back above 8, needs to get back above 80 to at least make it back to about 86 of this local small profile. But bar that, it's also one of these ones where money is just bleeding out of these assets. Liquidity is draining. People are getting out what they can at this point. And then, yeah, with Bitcoin doing what it's doing at the moment, altcoins aren't really going to bounce that much until Bitcoin starts catching some bids and some fire behind its backside. So for the most part, yeah, Solana, talking in circles. It's currently on support, ideally the better support, so it's 73 with a POC and a local golden pocket, and then kind of 786 weekly value area low between 68 and 70 basically. So you kind of have two local supports below you. And I'm probably not going to give a doom scenario, because my kind of biggest key level that I'd be looking to add on DCAs for Solana is $42. That was local. I might pull on another chart, sorry, just to I'll show you. Oh, this is not on. So where the low is in 22. Oh, man. Would help if you do Fibonacci and not a position tool. So I have this 886. So obviously, when you're looking at macro cycles, a lot of kind of Bitcoin and those type of things, they will, yeah. Right, Papa, thank you for popping in. Appreciate you. Enjoy your dinner. So for the most part, kind of the cycles of Solana, or even altcoins or whatever, generally kind of the accepted or kind of back tested is that these will bottom out usually at between the 786 and 886. So bear market low, all-time high, or this current cycle's all-time high. The 786 to 886 is basically at 41. So I'm kind of saying front run that and go to like 42 if it ever gets there. That's basically where I am kind of looking to DCA quite heavily into Solana. And given that Bitcoin may still go kind of towards 40,000 or kind of in the 40s, I would say the probability of Solana getting to $42 is also probably likely, give or take. But bar that, I do have, quickly for Bitcoin, 786, 886 currently of this is, yeah, 28,000, which is a hang of a lot. I'm expecting Bitcoin kind of big bounce here between 54 to 57, kind of hopefully at worst gets down to 40,000 or 39,786. But yeah, that's just some thoughts on Solana as to why I was kind of keenly looking at 42 as my big DCA level, or in the 40s, give or take, between $40 and $50 on Solana. Yeah, welcome and all set. I hope you're good, bro. But yeah, that's about it. Done 43 minutes, just looking at the big three at least. Is there anything else anyone wants me to look at? I can do one more token. And then, yeah, Rima has an Army Papa, sold all results. The Jan 2025 candle. Does Army Papa even buy alts? Is that written in folklore about Army Papa buying altcoins? Well, anyway. Yeah, there's not really too much else kind of for me as well. I'm not really an altcoin specialist. I mainly look at yeah, Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol are like the three main players. I'll just stick it to the main large caps. For the second, I thought you were joining. Oh yeah, it's the UK. It's UKized or whatever you call it. I don't know. It's not Americanized date format, so I think it was 1202 in the Americanized format. It would be December the 2nd. Yeah, no, I didn't have that many, but kind of I still came out good, which is okay. You know, sold at the right time, and obviously some sold it at a bit of a loss, or more of a loss than I wanted to. but I wasn't heavily invested in alts anyway. And kind of as is my my gut feeling and kind of my greed, if you call it that, I was quite greedy in taking profit for kind of on the way up. So like Link, I bought at $5 and I sold a hang of a lot of Link, I think at like between 20 and 25. So I still made decent amount of money on that, I think it was. Like Poland Matic, I think I at least 3x'd. Sold most of it at 150. So not that I was lucky, but the thing is as well, I kind of planned what I wanted to make out of each spot bag, and I did. So and yes, I lost because I bought other alts too late, like Tier and Peak. So I lost a bit there, but kind of net win still when looking at all the others. And then some memes I decided to buy, but also made profit and then round tripped and then end up cutting at a loss, so kind of still net win. But yeah, for the most part, I think we're going to stick to being a Bitcoin Maxi XMR. I've not looked at XMR for a while, but you will just have to give me a few minutes then just to get my grounding on it. MRR template, yeah, XMR. How do I not have an XMR chart? Has it been oh, maybe I had it. Was it delisted on Bybit? No, I do have it. Oh, it's here. Alright. This says nothing on it. Oh, it did have some things there, but it's an old chart. Alright, quickly, sorry Quan Hoover, let me just update some levels. And then we can can I update this in 5 minutes? I thought I had an XMR chart because someone in Frankie's was asking for it ages ago. And I don't know why I deleted it. Or my levels went missing. Might be another one of the templates that I have. Might be in my TBD template. I'm not going to do order blocks, I'll just do the PSCs. And come back. There's nothing there, it's fine. Daily PSCs. Oh, there's loads. I'll do the profiles now. Daily PSC. The whole privacy narrative as well, for those that weren't aware, was basically because a lot of the Bitcoin kind of maxis were selling out, or old whales were selling out and moving into XMR and ZEC. So that was kind of apparently behind the narrative of like Zcash pumping and XMR pumping. And the fact that, yeah, privacy laws and all these things kind of where, that's not going to show. So these ones, yeah. That's what you got below you, above you. Don't know if this is going to give a good decent level. Yeah, bounced on the PSE there. Yeah, I like that as a range. right, so just do this one as the range that it needs to stay in. And also as well, like XMR ranged for ages before it started moving up with this whole privacy malarkey. What is it, POC? Bok, where are you? So you have volume profile between 281 and 352, give or take. It's bounced. Daily. There's a local range up here, but I just don't like it. You just move it to... Yeah, there's a small range there, but I'll just leave that. Right, so let's see if there's any volume weighted support on the anchored view app. Probably bounced off anchored view app from the low, give or take. Yeah. Yeah, you can call it bounced. The only other big local range is this one, yeah. Yeah. Pull the other one here as well before it did another step up. Why did I pull it on the weekly? Why am I such a doozy? Yeah, naked weekly. Let's see from the top. Alright, I think I've got my bearing on this. Jeez. It's not really come down all that much. Yeah, local resistance. I presume this valley area low is going to have 786 close to it. Yeah. Let's actually mark these out. These are getting some respect. Valley area low. Then we'll look at money flow, and then let's. I hide the indicators anyway, didn't I? Yeah, POC. Right. Right. So currently, XMR is stuck in a range between 281 and 352. Its next value area higher is between 419 and 456. At that level between 419 and 456, you have the local golden pocket from all-time high to the current low. And then you do have daily naked point of control just below it at 400. Locally, that is, oh sorry, local high, sorry, from 499 down is where this zone lines up now. So this will probably be your kind of zone of resistance if it comes back up. Bearish. And then, yeah, issue is now is it's getting stuck in this range, so trade it as a range. There is a daily. I need to put. Do I have to put daily blocks in? Why am I being lazy? People tell me off. Tell me I'm being naughty. Daily. And you actually have a daily level there as well. So this anchored VWAP, you could get a little bit of resistance here as well. You've got a daily level, anchored VWAP, and naked weekly point of control at about between 373 and 382. But kind of the more key resistance is at 400 to 420. Money flow still green on the daily. Gee whiskers. So this one didn't even puke all that much compared to what Bitcoin did. What's the weekly doing? This one's at its own bull market, separate bull market to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's been dumping, it's still been doing okay. Oh, yeah, and I am on the perps perpetuals chart. Yeah, this is also same like Bitcoin or ETH or Solana. The daily bull div could sit up here, kind of into this kind of. It's bounced on the POC now, right? So it's not even worth looking at trades now. It's holding the POC as off the range at 325 as support. But what's 4-hour money flows red, momentum waves coming down. 1 hour's anchored, but it's just sideways. Weekly and daily still look good, or a hang of a lot better than Bitcoin. Weekly and daily still look way better than Bitcoin. So local golden pocket from there to there. Yeah, you could find a local you SFP that wick, swing fail pattern that wick. Could have a local bounce at 307 to 309. 30-minute. It's trying to push up. A little bit of bullish CVD or absorption here. So there's some orders coming in holding it at 325. Specifically on the 30-minute, on 15-minute. Yeah, 15-minute minute's trying to come up. Money flow. Yeah, this is not going to give you a 4-hour green dot anytime soon. Yeah, for the most part, trade the range, but that's just how I trade, right? I'm not saying you can get shorts and longs in between, kind of between trading the full range. But for me, if I was looking at anything on XMR, kind of a scalp long around 307, 309 in this local zone, local golden pocket, and DNPOC at 307. You do have a daily order block and a 786 at 293, but at that point you're so close to the value area low that I'd rather just wait for the value area low anchored VWAP, kind of local support, trade the range again. Bias here would still be shorts. Obviously you've got your resistance in this value area high. If you get above that, obviously you've got like 3 stack zones above you with lots of like naked weekly points controls, daily points controls, Fibonacci levels, the anchored VWAP. But just based on kind of what Bitcoin and all the other alts are doing, I wouldn't think this is a full-on exception to the rule. I would, kind of trade the range. If you get anywhere close to 352 from here, then kind of, look for 4-hour looks like if it sweeps this high at 352 could give you a 4-hour bearish divergence. So let that come up like that and then roll over, and obviously let this take like that, right? 4-hour bear div kind of into the value area high just outside of it. The money trades, bear divs, or any divs literally just outside of a volume profile are usually the money trades when it comes to volume profile trading. But yeah, kind of higher weighted volume support is below you still. Although you're on the POC, I would still say below you you've got kind of more support. But yeah, that's XMR. Let me quickly double check in on chat. Army Papa learned from his DJ ways. Did do 800% on Pepe. Allocated somewhere 401 and thinking we just got to wait for now. Time to reflect on last cycle, finish the narratives, and pick for next cycle. I do think next cycle will do well. Yeah, this is the thing as well, Andrea. I've got connections to kind of get me onto kind of project, not get me into projects, but kind of give me a heads up if something comes out. Like a tier was one that I can't, and peak. I got into them relatively early, and then obviously they just capitulated. But I did take a little bit of profit on them. So where I do find any kind of alpha on projects, I will kind of share in the discords that I'm in. But for the most part, I think yeah, I'm just sticking to the main kind of key high market cap coins for now. So I'm personally not buying spot ETH, just as a full disclosure. I'm kind of taking my bet on Solana over ETH at this point, unfortunately. So don't at the messenger and don't at me for doing that, but that's just my personal preference. But yeah, Bitcoin and Solana are going to be my two major DCAs going forward. And then kind of when we do have a Bitcoin bottom, then I'll start looking for kind of narratives and those type of things to, I think the plan for me for the kind of next bull run, rather than buy a bag and hold it, I'll swing trade it and literally kind of, I think we got, specifically for me, yes, I didn't bag hold all that much, right? So I'm not kind of guilty and I don't have that PTSD with that. The thing is, I would prefer to take profits still aggressively, like as soon as I double, kind of what my DCA entry is. As soon as I double, I take my initial out, and then obviously I scale out kind of further percentages. So to give still a better opportunity of not being caught with a bag again, right? So I think a lot of us will learn from the kind of lessons of this cycle that kind of we don't want to be bag holders. Bitcoin, yes, probably in some higher market cap alts, you could be okay, right? But kind of all the other trash that was available this run, yeah, some of them have gone like beyond the bear market lows of kind of 2022, early 23. So for the most part, you just got to stick to high quality projects, or at the time that the narratives emerge, you get into projects then, but then still look to scale out and take profit aggressively. I think at this point, until liquidity arrives in those projects or in other projects, it's not worth being caught kind of holding a bag. And I'm going to be another voice for saying that, yeah, not going to be bag holding all that much. Obviously, I have long-term Bitcoin. That's the only thing I'll pretty much hold till whenever, right? Till I retire and those type of things. But for the most part, I take my profits out of everything and rotate it back. And that's kind of the key for the next one. Obviously, yeah, just learning from, I think there's only like 4 projects where, 4 coins or 5 coins where I kind of took some profit and then round tripped and ended up taking a loss, but kind of still making a little bit of profit. So lessons learned, kind of don't have all that much PTSD, and probably not as much PTSD of bag holding and coins going to zero that some do have. But for the most part, I just want to be an advocate that we shouldn't be caught holding the bag anymore. We need to be a lot more astute. So yeah, I'll be an advocate for that, for anyone that wants to keep me accountable. And obviously Army Papa is definitely an advocate for that. Frankie as well, definitely an advocate for that. Kind of all the channels that we follow. Obviously a lot of us in here, we don't kind of follow the shillers, if I can call them that, but we follow good TA technical analysts or good guys with fundamentals who generally will only kind of say what they're buying when a project is good, and I think they're more trustworthy than most. So take of that what you will, but that's just my opinion of kind of the people that, obviously I work for Frankie, but kind of the people that I follow and kind of support, like Army Papa, Trade Fly, Alexo, Crypto Billy, and a few of the other kind of guys around kind of in my network. So yeah, for that matter, and for the most part, kind of we just need to be better at supporting others. And kind of my main goal for the next run, if I had to say anything, would just be to help people not become bag holders again, because yeah, kind of there's a lot with PTSD, and I would prefer that if I do anything right next run, it's helping and advocating for people not holding the bag and taking profit aggressively, and rather taking profit than actually, it could go an extra 10%, it could go an extra 20%, it could double. Yeah, just being an advocate of taking profit, right? So yeah, that is my kind of rant about how I'm going to keep myself accountable for anyone that's buying spot and going to be holding spot for the next run. Yeah, evening, JR. Hope you're good, buddy. Yeah, I'm basically done, JR. You popped in too late. But yeah, that's basically a quick back check on Bitcoin. Just do an hour and a bit, and then yeah, that is basically us for this evening. Bitcoin's not doing much. CPI, it's bouncing a bit. We should get the 4-hour green dot hopefully in Asia. If I was hazard a guess, I'm thinking we are going to get a bit of a sweep for CPI. If anyone has time shared out. No, they did. I know a few people shared it out, but yeah, it's recorded. It's got this DVR setting on it anyway, the stream jail. So if anyone wants to kind of rewatch, it'll be stored on YouTube or whatever it is, available. And it's an hour stream, and I don't talk super fast, so even at 2x it should be manageable if anyone wants to catch up. So Andrew was saying Aave. Yeah, Aave is decent. It's one of the main lending protocols. It hopefully shouldn't go bang. Well, everyone's popping in late. But yeah, that's basically it. Kind of go back if you want to. Yeah, and catch up. But Bitcoin, for the most part, just we might get a swap in Asia, or if it doesn't get a swap in Asia, we're probably looking at yeah, kind of the 64,900 level, or 64,700 to 64,900. Bar that, kind of back to 60k, give or take. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Hope everyone got some value out of the live this evening. And yeah, I do need to keep myself more accountable to do more lives. Just life is busy at this point. Kind of this week's just been a bit manic, and last week as well. I'm going to try and doing more tutorial content and more live streams going forward, as if and when I can. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining in, and yeah, I'll see you guys back in other streams or in Discords. So yeah, take care.